If you think airport rules are complicated now, just wait. Because by 2026, airports are undergoing a full overhaul, and most travelers have no idea what's coming. This isn't about one new rule or a small policy tweak. This is a system-wide transformation that affects how you move through airports, how you're identified, what you can bring on board, how much you'll pay, and how closely your travel is tracked. Some of these changes are already happening quietly. Others are locked in and rolling out fast. Today, we're breaking it all down into the top 5 airport rule changes coming in 2026. And these are things every traveler should understand before their next trip. Let's start with number 5. Biometrics are taking over airports. Airports are moving away from traditional ID checks and toward biometric identification, meaning your face is becoming your boarding pass. By 2026, facial recognition will be used for check-in, security screening, immigration, and boarding at many major airports worldwide. Instead of showing your ID multiple times, cameras will confirm who you are automatically. This can speed things up, but it also removes flexibility. What many travelers don't realize is that biometrics aren't limited to boarding gates. They're being used at bag drops, international arrivals, customs checkpoints, and even exit controls. That means your identity is being verified passively, often without you actively presenting anything. If your reservation details don't match perfectly, delays happen instantly. If the system flags an issue, there's often no quick fix. This is especially important for travelers with hyphenated names, middle initials, or mismatched booking information. That's why it's becoming more important than ever to make sure your name, ticket, and ID match exactly, because biometric systems don't forgive small errors. Number 4, carry-on rules are getting more confusing, not easier. Carry-on confusion is one of the biggest pain points for travelers, and it's getting worse. Airlines are tightening size enforcement, overhead bin access, and boarding privileges. What used to slide by at the gate is now being measured, weighed, and charged. By 2026, more airports are expected to use automated carry-on scanners at security and boarding gates. These systems flag oversized bags before you even reach the aircraft. Different airlines enforce different rules, even on connecting flights with partner carriers. A bag allowed on the first leg may be denied on the second. This is where many travelers get hit with surprise fees or forced gate checks. And because boarding zones are now tied more closely to fare type, late boarding often means no overhead space at all. Packing to the strictest standard, not the most lenient one you remember, is becoming the safest approach. And by the way, if you like staying ahead of changes like this instead of learning them the hard way at the airport, you'll want to subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Number 3, security is changing what you can bring. Airport security is entering what many are calling Security 2.0. New CT scanners are being rolled out that allow travelers to leave laptops, tablets, and sometimes liquids inside their bags. But here's the catch. Not every airport has them. This creates a confusing reality where rules depend on the airport, not the airline or even the country. You may breeze through security on your outbound flight and be stopped repeatedly on your return. In some airports, liquids over the limit may still trigger secondary screening, even if the scanner can technically detect them. This uneven rollout is expected to continue through 2026. That's why relying on memory or past experience is becoming unreliable. Checking airport-specific security rules before packing is becoming just as important as checking your gate number. Number 2, digital passports and paperless boarding are becoming standard. Paper documents are fading fast. By 2026, many airports and airlines will rely heavily on digital passports, mobile IDs, and paperless boarding systems. Passport stamping is being phased out in favor of digital entry and exit tracking. Your movements are logged electronically using biometric data. This makes border processing faster, but also more precise. Overstays, expired passports, and missing travel authorizations are flagged automatically. Airlines are increasingly required to verify this information before you board, not after you land. That means mistakes are caught earlier and often at the check-in counter. There's no arguing with a system that already has the data. Making sure your passport meets validity requirements, your travel authorizations are approved, and your documents are accessible digitally is now part of basic trip preparation. And finally, number 1, hidden cost hikes are built into the new system. This is the change travelers feel the most, even if they don't always realize why. As airports modernize, hidden costs are increasing. Fees tied to carry-ons, seat selection, boarding order, checked bags, ID issues, and last-minute fixes are rising quietly. Automation means fewer exceptions. If your bag is oversized, the system flags it. If your ID isn't compliant, access is denied. If you miss a requirement, rebooking costs more. By 2026, travelers who aren't prepared will pay more, not because base fares are higher, but because mistakes are punished immediately. Knowing the rules before you break them is one of the easiest ways to control travel costs. Luck favors the prepared. And in 2026, that's especially true when it comes to air travel. Airports are becoming faster, more automated, and far less forgiving. The systems in place aren't designed to bend the rules or offer second chances. They're designed to reward travelers who arrive informed, organized, and ready. Savvy travelers move through airports smoothly because they verify requirements early, understand carry-on limits, apply for needed authorizations ahead of time, and rely on airline apps instead of standing in long lines hoping for exceptions. In the airports of 2026, delays and extra costs won't come down to bad luck. They'll come down to preparation. Those who plan ahead will feel like everything just works. Those who don't will feel like the system is working against them. That's the difference preparation makes. If any of these changes caught you off guard, you're not alone. And that's exactly why staying informed matters. If you've already experienced any of these changes, or had a travel moment where a new rule caught you by surprise, share your story in the comments. Those real experiences help other travelers avoid the same mistakes. If you want to stay ahead of future travel changes instead of reacting to them at the airport, make sure you're subscribed. Thanks for watching, and remember, smart planning turns every trip into a smooth journey. Safe travels and stay savvy.